look forward to days like this. Before I let you go, Francisco Rodriguez Jr., obviously there's been reports now that has kind of been ordered as a rematch. Is that?
You know, look, obviously I've been in situations before, and I do feel like you have to give the fighter an opportunity to prove his story and his case and go through the due process. How do we get in a situation where in 2 weeks of the news breaking about the test, he's apparently, I don't know if he's had his B sample tested, he's gone through a process and they've decided it was an accident, he was unlucky, and the fight's a no contest, the title's vacant, but he gets to do it again. What? And I'm going to drop something now that apparently is going to drop in the media upcoming, but this will be an exclusive, and I'm fuming. I found out last night that Francisco Rodriguez Jr. also failed a drugs test in his fight before Galauya fight, because I went onto his box rec and I noticed it was a no contest in Texas, and I thought, but normally on box rec it will tell you why. So we reached out to the Texas Commission, who confirmed that he failed a drugs test. And I'm like, and I want a full report as to what happened in that process, because we had VADA testing in place for that fight. But if I would have known that Francisco Rodriguez had failed a drugs test on that night, we would have had even more extensive testing. And I also would have said to the WBC, are you sure this guy's eligible for the eliminator? So you're telling me that Francisco Rodriguez has failed a drugs test in 2 of his last 2 fights on fight night? He had drugs in his system. And now you want to order the rematch. You've just put, or he's been put, Galauya fight, in a situation where he has fought a man with performance-enhancing drugs in his system over 12 rounds. Physically, he took a beating that night. If this guy has failed tests, not just one, his last 2 fights, whatever you do not order this rematch. Do what is right, which is make Galauya fight the mandatory challenger for the world title. Let Rodriguez go through his process. He deserves the opportunity to see if he's innocent or not. But don't tell me that within 2 weeks, you've had the hearing, you've had the B sample, you've gone through all the paperwork and the science, and you've just gone, oh, he was unlucky, he didn't know anything about it. What about the last one? This is a disgrace.
So Eddie Hearn reveals Francisco Rodriguez not only failed his current drug test, but he failed his drug test from his last fight. Okay, says he talked about it with Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio Suleiman was acting shocked and surprised, and he didn't know about it. Blase split. All right, man, it's time to call it what it is, bro. I've already told you before. These guys have to cheat to compete, and the truth of the matter is this: if you guys was to ever to clean up the sport of boxing, there wouldn't be no boxers participating in the sport damn near. Most of these guys that you see are in boxing, they're in boxing because of the confidence that they get from steroids. If these guys could take steroids, these guys wouldn't be fighting, and these guys wouldn't be winning none of the damn fights. Okay? As far as the WBC goes, anybody holding a WBC belt, now you see why this belt was thrown in the trash back in the day. It is no secret, and it just amazes me the conversations that never get had in boxing. But it amazes me how we haven't had the conversation yet about Mauricio Suleiman and the favoritism of Latino fighters popping dirty. This is why I'm convinced they have to cheat to compete. If they can't cheat, then they can't compete. By now, this is blindingly obvious. It's blindingly obvious. How many Latino fighters is going to pop dirty before we put one and one together and figure out that for the most part, these Latinos come into boxing feeling like they got the right and the ability to cheat in boxing because of the way that y'all turn a blind eye to cheating in boxing. Just like y'all did with Ryan Garcia, it's the same shit. The Latin community understands that you guys really don't care. And they understand that just like them, other groups also wish to participate in hating on black fighters so much they know that you won't call them out for cheating because you want them to be just as dominant in the sport as they do. because the last person you want to see be dominant in boxing is black people. So all you other groups are silent with each other, because if one thing that they all agree with is that the fact that they don't want to see black being dominant worth a damn. So they'll turn a blind eye to this person cheating and that person cheating. As long as the gates can be open to be cheating on you, they're not going to say anything to each other about anything.
That Galal Yafai has to rematch this guy. Now, if Rodriguez is unlucky, if whatever, that's that. But we've been there, we've done it. It's time for Galal Yafai to get an opportunity through what he has been through. And when I found that out last night, I just couldn't believe it.
If they do order the rematch, would you allow Galal?
It's up to Galal Yafai. I mean, I just don't think it's right. But it will be down to Galal Yafai. Obviously, there'll be a lot different testing process going through. I mean, he was tested in the build-up last time.